Howdy folks, it's Johan, your favorite little ink blob, back at it today with a little bit of Marsh. This is gonna be short. I'll probably do a couple quick I'll do a couple of quick like bosses and then do a speed run because I gotta go to bed, but I want to sit down. The Marsh announcement on the new pack and new challenge modes was like, oh right, my god, I haven't even checked out the holiday update. Love the little Santa hat and the snowman. I'm curious to see. I suspect some of the bosses are going to have some stuff going on as well. But yeah, let's just see sort of what we can do. So we got an S rank on that. That's an expedition. So then, okay, so Elder Zero we still need to do better on. Let's see what we can do. It's been another month or so since I last played, so still quite rusty. Ah! Bats with the little Santa hats. Love that. Uh-oh. So my some of my Celeste streams, I was finding that the A button on my totally legit Xbox controller was sticking sometimes. And it's certainly doing that, which is not optimal for Marsh gameplay. But darn. What I'm discovering is I can still press it even if it doesn't feel like it's returned. Oh yeah, I'm looking at it right now and it's still depressed, but looks like I can still make it work, and if anything, that may actually increase the response time. Whoop. No guarantee that we'll actually get an S rank before going into it, but figured might as well be working towards something while trying to dust off the old Marsh skills. Was not well lined up there. Boop. That's risky, but we made it work. Oh dear. Just trying to steal the Marsh juice, but woohoo! Okay, probably could have tried to sink more shots there, but that was risky, but we made it work. Oh, that's... crap. There we go. I forgot about the little shootout at the end there. But it's alright. So now onto the water. Definitely pretty far from an S here, but... Right, and we're still shooting up. We only switch our shooting direction when we get to the last phase. Phase 4. Ah, darn. Wah wah. And that's, it was a little while back, probably like 2-ish months ago, I was taking a look at some of this with DNSpy doing, or trying to figure out a little bit about modding, which anyone is interested, you should check out the, the TGK Discord hub for updates, as well as a member that you may recognize from some of our streams, Robert, Lost Stick Figure, appears to have figured out some ways to take a peek at more of Marsh with some stuff. I have still not personally looked into it, into doing more, but I would like to, because it taught me a little bit about how stuff was put together, which is pretty neat, because, at least for me, a big part of why I enjoy both Marsh and Grideller is because Silver is a neat and interesting guy who is like willing to talk about the stuff he's making, which it's neat to play a game where you get to talk to the dev and you know, someone who's still sort of starting out with it, has made a lot, but, you know, still on the sort of early side of that journey. And is super enthusiastic in talking about stuff and figuring out and getting to see how the sausage is made. Because, I mean, it had never really occurred to me how modding gets done and stuff. That was just something I was like, oh, smart people figure that out. Is about as far as I had ever really managed to think that one through. Oof. Me getting distracted talking too much? Never. But yeah, that one, that is not something that I had ever really given, I suppose, super serious thought to. Boop, boop, boop. That was just always something that I knew people could figure out, but it looks like, in some cases, part of how modding works is you've got a game that's, you know, built for modding. It's data-driven, so that people can basically just feed it data through a controlled point, and make it work that way, so something where it's intended to. Or you gain access to the source code and can just make your own stuff. Seems to sort of be the two big ways, but then also like, well, how does one get access to source code and such? And there are tools for that, like the NSpy, but even then, with Unity, what that means is you can look at the, the DLL file, which contains the like code packages, which lets you do a lot, but Unity being a game engine, these scripts are not everything. In fact, they're quite far from everything. Man, I'm not even completing an Elder Zero run on Expert. Whoa. Okay, there we go. But, boop, boop, boop. What was I saying? Oh, right. So, there's a lot of parts of Unity where you are dealing with the game objects and trying to got a lot of them. You're dealing with the game objects and having the scripts get attached to them, but also like the colliders are important. So the game objects themselves have importance that is beyond the code packaging, because they seem to be saved in other ways so that the NSpy can't look at it. So you can do things like you can potentially swap in textures when those get set, and you can like spawn objects that have functions already built for that. But if you can't reference a game object that there isn't already a reference in the code to, it can make it tough to accomplish certain things when trying to mod. Which is fascinating. Just genuinely, I'd never gotten close enough to a game's code to consider some of those issues when modding. I've, you know, tinkered around with stuff in Unity. I understand how it works enough to have made simple games, simple projects, but not anything grand enough to try and figure out or to recognize some of the nuances in how modding a Unity game might work. Wow, why can I not words? Woohoo! So yeah, super interesting. It's oh, right, middle was safe there. I mucked that up on all sorts of levels. I'll shut up here soon and focus up a little bit before we go to a speed run, but I don't know, I think it's important for people to find ways to interact with stuff that they're interested in and sort of get hands-on experience, which I don't think is a particularly hot nor notable take. But I don't know, I think that is something that people, or at least I myself, can tend to forget, and I'm going to generalize that to other people because obviously everyone thinks like me, right? Right? No. Boop. But that's one of the things I've been meaning to do is I really want to try and build a neural network from scratch. Not scratch the game, or I guess like coding engine? Is it an engine? I don't actually know the proper term for what scratch is, but woohoo! But like from the ground up, not using a bunch of external libraries, because I want to try and wrap my head around how the math works and how stuff functions on a simple level. I'm going to shut up a little bit to focus up since we've got a good run going so far. Ooh, okay. Because I think on expert we can take one hit if I recall correctly. Woohoo! Ah, just missed that, but fourth phase, I believe, is fairly simple if I remember correctly. It's not like nothing, but woohoo! Especially if you don't pay close attention. Okay. And the anglerfish seem a little more aggressive than I remember, but that's also probably because of expert. There we go. Woo! Did we do it in time? A+. Damn. Damn. Well, I think that's still good practice. We'll see, but speedrun is my main priority. So yeah, it'll be on the shorter end. We could maybe restart if we've got like a really bad one going, but we'll see. And who knows, maybe I'll do a little bit of movie magic and stitch together two things, it depends. Trying to get into the habit of recording stuff, but I still time 20, 28, 31, man. Because that's what, 4 or 5 days, somewhere in there, to try and get the sub 20 before the new year goal. But yeah, in any case, I would really like to do a neural net from scratch to just sort of understand the inner workings, and it's why I encourage anyone, if there's anyone watching this who's never sat down with a bit of HTML and CSS, go look at like W3 Schools or look up a tutorial and just like spend an hour noodling around with HTML and CSS. I mean, I'm sure most people have done like inspect element at this point and tweaked HTML on a page, but it's surprisingly simple, and it's what such a huge chunk of the world runs on these days, so I don't know. I think people should understand how the systems around them work. That's why I'm trying to get better with mechanical things. I think I've spoken before about, there was a like Cuban artist that was talking about like the authority of objects, all that. Cool stuff. You'll hear it again, but for now, let's speedrun. Okay. Man, Sir Solar feels brighter than I remember and already taking damage. Cute little birds with hats. And wasting some marsh juice. Woohoo! Oh, this is making terrible time. But such is life. I don't know what our break point for restarting is if we're above it on Sir Solar. I should probably figure some of these things out, but I don't know. We'll play it by vibes. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yep, that's, I think we've gotten like 50-second runs before, so that was slow, but... Boop. Woohoo! So pretty much all birds seem to have gotten Santa hats, which is kinda cute. Love a good bird in a hat. I've got a family member who has a, like, extreme phobia of snakes. And I think that's understandable. That's one of those things that seems like, yeah, that's probably a semi-reasonable evolutionary adaptation. But I've gotten them to warm up a little bit by showing them those lovely internet photos of snakes and cute little hats. Because it turns out adding cute little hats to things can work wonders for making them seem a lot more approachable. Okay, but that's fine, that's right, we're in speedrun mode, so we can afford some hits, but no more. We've used up that buffer and that's fine, okay. Hooah! Okay, I guess there's also just the constant snow particle effect, which... It's funny, so I do celebrate Christmas in a very commercial way, right? You know, it is for me is a non-denominational holiday. Woohoo! But I really like to leave up some of the like Christmas lights and such for a while. I don't like to do pretty much anything to do with Christmas before December, because that's still lovely autumn time. But I'm fine leaving it. I'm fine leaving it sort of. I let it bleed over into like January and February, because for me then it all sort of falls under the auspices of winter. Oh my God, Santa train! And it's, you know, I guess like there are certain things I take down, but I in particular love to leave up like just sort of lights, because I don't know, something about having lights in darkness makes me very happy. So love that in winter. Oh crap, it's been a while since doing the volleyball. Oh, that's bad for a speedrun. No. Okay, just screw it. This is no good. Great run killer. Shoot. No, unfortunately, I think that's a restart. Like, I don't know how to recover from that. Okay. Speedrun, attempt number 2. I don't think I can reset anymore after this unless it's like literally on Sir Solar. Maybe if we get like a really absolute stinker of a Collie Sting run. That was stupid. That was extra stupid. Shoot. Me? Allow myself to get rattled? Never. Attempt number 3. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Move? See, for anyone watching us, or watching some of the other stuff I've been doing, like The Crooked Man, great example of that whole nothing's wasted unless you let it be wasted, because, yeah, sure, first run wasn't contributing to us doing, or getting a better time this run necessarily, or that run, though we're just restarting, but it's learning, it's reminding ourselves. But Johan, you say, you're having to relearn it, which means that it is wasted because you already knew it at one point. Well, no, because I had other things going on that led me to consciously allow myself to let some of this lapse because I wasn't actively maintaining it. So the relearning is absolutely useful because it made way for other things. I could have allowed myself to take a hit there and shaved a few seconds. That is even slower. but alright, we're making this work. Settling in. Volleyball, I don't know, that just, it's pretty big feel bads. Suddenly wondering if I can make a Marsh AI to, like, play optimally. Woo. Marsh assisted speedrun. And also, yeah, like, learning the distance away from things that we can shoot from, I think is good, because ultimately, I think Marsh is all about optimizing. I've talked about this, I think, every time I've done this, but you're trying to minimize the amount of downtime for Marsh juice and trying to maximize the efficacy that you're pulling out of each individual potion. Johan says, Marsh is about dealing as much damage in as short a time as possible when trying to speedrun. Very controversial take. Oh, there's the potion. Was I just blind to that, or was that a little slow in spawning? I'm guessing I just wasn't seeing it. Boop. Okay. Go, knowing where it is so that we could lead our shots. Oh, that's already like 2.5 in it. 3.5, 4.5. Okay. Oh, and we made the timing work. Oh, and we even sank a few in there. Yes, that I think is a very good train run. Oh, why can't I remember the name of the conductor? Ah. Spent too far away. Oh, could have maybe tried the dive in strat. Okay. That's a much better start. That's good. Oh, I shouldn't have moved. I was anticipating the bird. But we still made it work. Awesome. Yeah, I think Bella is the first boss that usually gives me a significant amount of trouble. Woohoo! And part of that is definitely... Okay, so we can't hit the little umbrella. I don't know, I just suddenly had the feeling that I hadn't tried that, and wasn't sure if that was actually a thing. But, you know, it's partly, certainly, the first stage is, I think, it's different enough that it's super cool, but also exercising a different set of Marsh muscles, which I think makes it a fairly easy point of failure. Okay, crabs. But there's also, I think this is one of the earliest bosses that just has a lot of things going on at certain points throughout it. Man. This has got to be like the last one, so if we take a hit to try and get it a little bit faster, I think that's okay. But we didn't need to, but probably could have done that a little earlier and saved like 10 seconds, but onward we go. Vic talk. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, they've got, okay, they do have 2 hats. I was like, is that 2 overlapped? Nope. Why do they have 2 hats? I mean, they've got enough room on their heads. It's adorable. But why 2? Woohoo! Just waiting for him to move, and then still managed to be surprised by it. Don't get greedy with that. Okay. Yes, and you can hear all of those landed even on the backswing. Okay. Woohoo! I had not picked up on the time actually queuing the attacks, but I think that got mentioned in one of the Marsh trivias. Because, like, that's 23, so shortly before midnight. Woohoo! We get dark and lights out, as opposed to, I think the other one's 7? So early in the morning, probably around dawn, so you get your coffee. Coffee. Pete Beam, my constant nemesis. When's the last time I had, like, a really good Pete Beam run? It's one that, even with a lot of practice, I still find myself having issues. Ooh, did not like what my jump button did there. Sure, Johan, blame the equipment. It was the ping! Shark on the left, Marsh on the right, here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Will Johan ever learn to not make that joke? No. Stop asking. I say to no one having asked. Other than myself. Oh, okay, that was a good middle. No! Oh, no! I did not recognize that. I think we've done that before, and knew that it's not active, but still hurts! Okay, that was maybe... Okay, shoot. Risky! Ah, okay, we got a penalty, but we're almost through it. And if we had slow rolled a few of our shots there, we would have had it. Okay. Oh, you know, I should probably get into I need to either write down what the different colors mean, or just practice before every speedrun, because I forget. Fortunately, we guessed right that red is the one that goes up, so we go under. So blue is the one, yep, that we need to go over. Under red, over blue. Oh, okay, so we're illiterate, we're under red, and we wait for this all to blow over. That's a great mnemonic, right? I don't know how we'll do it for these ones, but I'm sure we can figure something out. Pink? Oh! Okay, so that was already on the transfer. Okay. I do also find myself kind of forgetting about this guy existing. I typically am like, oh, we're on to Elder Zero. No, we're not. Because I know that you can get a, like, 10-ish minute run to Elder Zero, but... Boop. Yeah, we're already over 10 minutes here, so don't think we're getting a world record time or anything close. Boop, boop, boop. Just been doing a lot of him, though, so hopefully... And, hey, we were doing it on Expert, so... Surely... That means we'll cruise through this. Right? Oh no, we caught it! Oh, we caught it from above. That's painful. Got a lot of those. Okay. That was risky, but paid off. Okay, those were some good hits, and we're already, okay. Making good time on Elder Zero. This is usually where I took most time, but that was a really good start. Shoot. Was getting too fancy there. Okay. Ba, 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 ba. Oh no. Missed a lot of those. Yeah, my timing on this is still rough. Okay. Made that work. I'm calling it good. That's 1, 2. Ah, expert doubles the anglerfish. I see. I did not think the anglerfish was going that high for some reason. Even though it clearly was. Okay. I've lost count, but there we go. Okay, 13 minutes about. Ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum. But that was bad. Ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum bum. Oh, nope. I think we've lost the run. Bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum. Because now I'm also going to be pulling punches because I'm nervous, and every mistake costs 15 seconds. Or at least every major enough mistake. Oh, that's a horrific transition! Okay. We've learned that, yeah, typically want to hit on the backswing, unless you're just already well positioned. Okay. Another. Ah, shoot. Yep. Got hemmed in by the magnet. Should have jumped there, but okay. This is not a 20-minute run. Woo! Oh, it's definitely not one. That's a lot of penalties. Crap, because we got 3 more folks to go. So, Skylia. We also have had a lot of very avoidable penalties this time around, I think. So. Boom, 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 boom. What? There was still residue? Crap. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Okay. Oh, what? Oh, no! That was quite bad. Yeah, trying to learn to use the middle platforms more, and knowing sort of when they do and don't clear out. Ah! But there, I got myself penned in. No! Crap! Oh, this is a reminder of the good old days. Oh, a 60-second penalty. Ugh. And missed all of those. And yeah, that's... Oh. That is the worst Skylia we've had in a long while. Hey. So, Marsh juice, yep, back over there. Okay. Oop. Oh. Oh, hey! Our first batch actually hit better than the second. Oh, right. Those do the burst. Okay, so we've relearned a lot of what we have to worry about. Because apparently on some of these folks we've forgotten, which is a bit shameful feeling. That was a lot of bad missing. Okay. Let's call right side. Nope. You need to also dial that in to learn when to just start moving blindly, but... Aw, the robots are also... I was about to say the robots are also birds because I'm used to... used to the birds having the Santa hats right now. But yes, the robots also have some festive cheer. Okay. I think this will be sub 25. This is not a huge accomplishment for me, but... Okay. Mayhaps I spoke too soon. Four, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. Aw, Squirm even has a little hat. Festive, evil alien marshmallow. That was 4, I think. 5, 6, 7. Nope. Okay, yeah, I think I went ahead by 1 on the count, and not all of those were full. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. 6. Okay, that was indeed 7. Lost count. But I think we're already at critical flamage. So no dicey maneuvers. Okay. And we did it. Boop. Okay. And we had like 2 minutes worth of penalties, so a respectable time. Now, how responsible is Johan tonight? I said this was going to be quick. You know what? We're gonna do one more with a caveat. The caveat being, if we do not have a sub 12-minute Elder Zero, we will exit out there. So number 4. And we've set our breakpoint. That will give us, even if it's an aborted run, you guys get a reasonable amount more Marsh. I get some practice, and can lie to myself and say that I'm still being semi-responsible about my amount of sleep I'm getting. Ah, no. Today was good. Whoa, nope. Focus on. Okay, focus on. Today has been good. This is a fun way to cap it off. Good. Oh, nope. You know what? I'm okay to restart it there. This will be number 5, but this time for real, for real. That would have been so anticlimactic. We had a really good phase 1. Would love another 20-ish second phase 1. Okay, that was a good phase 1. Not as good of a lead into phase 2, but as long as we don't choke as hard as we did last time. There we go, thread the needle. Oh. Nice day, busy day. That also turned into, I've been listening to an audiobook of 1984, because that's one of those sort of classic bits of like sci-fi that I have not really gotten around to. Hey, okay, that's nice, that's respectable. I'd already finished a canticle for Leibowitz, which is what I had been working on. I don't know, I've got a lot of little thoughts percolating in my head. Ooh dear. That was a bad miss. I'd also just finished rereading the Walking Dead comics, which are fantastic, and I don't know, just everything's percolating in my brain in some interesting ways, but I will shut up, or at least be... Oh man, I'm choking hard on this phase 1. I need to be shooting from further back to help guarantee better, and also not taking as much gosh darn damage. I feel like if I can learn to weave my way through that, I might also be a little better off, because I mostly solve that by hanging back currently, which reduces my mobility significantly, so it kind of gets one over on me, even if I'm not taking damage from it. I hadn't really thought about that, but it's a very effective time-wasting attack. Or at least with how I respond to it currently. And time is our main commodity. And a speedrun. Okay. So even with that choking, we're back on the track that we were for last run. Although that was not a run with a sufficient Elder Zero time. And we had a really good conductor, so we'll have to see if we can replicate. Oh no, and we already took 2 hits. This is not boding well. This one will play out till Elder Zero to fulfill that promise, but I'm not optimistic. Whoop. Whoop. Ah, no. Okay, another laser. Oh, and just a little too soon on that. Yeah, I think that's killed any hope of that Elder Zero we were hoping for, but... Holiday Train. Isn't there a movie that's meant to be, oh, I didn't even see the crap. Oh, see, now it's just gonna look like I'm throwing so I can get to bed. But, the Polar Express, wasn't that a thing? Or a movie, I should say. Now, a bird, yeah, we've thrown off that whole... We also got a really good version of this. Crap. Literally. The bird. No. We got a really good one, but part of it is you just gotta line up and do it, otherwise the birds get you, and the umbrella gets off kilter, so that you're spending this precious time waiting for the ball to go down. Yeah, no, this is... We're not gonna get the Elder Zero time, but we'll practice, I guess. We get to just chat. Apparently by chat, I mean make Johan noises. I find it very interesting. I guess I can talk about this a little bit. So, I do have a tendency to just, like, make little noises that help me, I don't know, keep pace with whatever I'm doing, especially if it's a task that involves some amount of, like, physical input. I don't typically do it for mental tasks as much. I guess I'll sometimes do filler of like while my brain is loading. But a lot of my noises are reserved for like when I'm doing something that doesn't require it has a demand of like coordination or something like very repetitive. It's a way to sort of keep myself focused because my brain needs more to do, kind of sorta, I think. Although now that I say that, I do also do it sometimes when, yeah, when my brain is quite engaged, and it helps me focus in a strange way. So I'm actually not as confident now that I say that. Oh dear. But, I typically don't make them around other people unless they're people I'm, like, really comfortable with. Like, very close friends and family. Even then, there's a fair number of both that I'm not that comfortable around. Not that they're, like, bad people or anything, it's just, like, I'm not sure that they would not be super weirded out by this. Oof. And no, that's not French, or I'm not meaning that as French for egg. That is French for egg, right? Oof. It's been a while. But yeah, so that is not, those are not noises that a lot of folks have necessarily heard me make, but for some reason while streaming, I feel very comfortable with that. I wonder if it's this sort of combination of, because I can't see y'all, Like, there's not, even though I'm speaking to y'all, it's something where, like, inherently it feels different because I can't see or hear the direct feedback from folks judging me. And even, like, even during streams proper when there's chat, I don't know, it feels a little different. At the same time, I also wonder, there might be just a component of, there might just be a component of people. I know that if someone is here and watching, they are probably here for to some extent because of an interest in the commentary style I'm providing. Like, otherwise, you know, people probably would not stick around if they did not on some level appreciate what I'm doing. Even if that's oh, this is terrible, and I want to watch how terrible it is. I don't think I've had many of those, or at least not a lot that have made themselves vocal. If so. But yeah, so I guess there's just sort of, because it's sort of it is a space that is mine, and I know that I'm not imposing on other people with it, because fundamentally everyone who is watching has had to on some level opt in, and they've got a ripcord to get out of jail free if they aren't liking stuff. So, I don't know, maybe that's part of why, is just, it's something where, I don't know, if people are judging me, then I don't know what they've got going on in their lives, if that's kinda, you know, it's like, if you're sticking around and watching it and it really bothers you, I guess with some games like Marsh, there's, you know, if you're really, me picking apart the psychology or attempting to pick apart the psychology of people who like hate watch content. Oh, okay, right. So green is mid bounce. Boop. But you know, it's people enjoy different things, but yeah, like generally speaking, when it comes to online content creation, you're creating something that people have to opt into. So like, I have not had to deal with an awful lot of people being terrible to me or anything. So I'm sure that could get quite mentally taxing in large scale. I've seen that with some content creators I enjoy. But like, by and large, at least on a small scale, I think it's reasonably easy to just sort of write off as, you know, people had to opt in, so if they're choosing to stick around and kind of be a dick about it, it's not really on you. Like, you know, and there's also a big difference between, like, constructive criticism and just being like, I don't like the noises you make. Because, I mean, you could even give some constructive criticism of like, you know, those noises really distract or whatnot. But it's like, if I'm gonna make them anyway, that's how you choose to respond to that. Yeah, no, aw, man. Because this looks, if we hadn't had the 45-minute, or 45-second penalty, I think we'd have a, at least borderline shot. Yeah. But you know, it's how you respond to what your audience, how you respond to feedback and criticism is part of what shapes your audience, right? Because what you do forms it. And, you know, early on you might have some people that aren't on board with where you eventually end up, but, and, you know, if they're invested, they might say, hey, I'd rather that you did, like, more or less of these things. And it is up to you to go, you know, are those things that I'm willing to do differently and still have it be me? Man, I keep forgetting about those for some reason. No, I don't think we would. Man. Yeah, I don't think we necessarily would have had huge. Okay, so we got. Oh god. So we'll subtract out the penalties. I'm just curious, but yeah, this is our last little bit, so we can vibe. But yeah, I don't know. It's. Oh god. It is certainly an interesting little space to be in. You know, I don't know if I've done a fantastic job of responding, of like staying true to myself as a content creator. I think I've done a reasonable job in a lot of areas, and that you're hearing me yap about a little bit of life philosophy that I'm in no way, shape, or form an expert in, while playing a game that I'm doing kind of poorly at and still having a good time doing. So, you know, that's kind of the crux of it, right? Yeah, so we would have been 30 seconds. No, we would have been. Yeah, we've been 30 seconds over. Okay, we'll leave it there. What? Controller, please. Why are you not? Why is it not exiting? Game? Please, I beg of you. I am holding down the button for quitting, and it's not responding. Oh, you can press the bumper to shoot as well. Okay, come on. I don't want to have to force quit this. Okay. Either my controller is very broken, or the game is having some issues. In any case, thank you, folks. Have some soothing Marsh abuse. No, this has been fun. Creation is interesting. I'm tired, but thank you for sticking around and listening. Sorry that we didn't get a fantastic run in, but we're dusting off the skills. I'll probably do a little bit more in the coming days, and we'll see if we can do it by the new year. I'm not gonna push too hard for it because there's other stuff I'm looking at as well, but we'll see what we can do. Thank y'all, and have a fantastic rest of your day. But for now, bye!